Welcome back, everybody, to NICC. And today, we are talking about Mauga today. You know, Mauga was really absolutely. And season the Waffle's been doing great as far up. And it looks like Sigma's also pretty good right now.
Ready. Right by you.
Sorry about that. We had a minor technical difficulty. It sounds like the audio wasn't entirely coming through there.
The point, Moira is under attack by the Sigma and is going to go strong. Looks like he has cage fight ready, but is going to be taken out by, looks like Comet's Amra.
Yeah, honestly, Objection had a really good chance at cage there. I can understand why there was a charge in, but I think everyone was falling back, and so...
Looks like Cassidy's going to stay behind. Moira's going to attempt to try and heal the Cassidy to make sure he stays alive. Moira, on the first Mercy on NICC is going to try and keep her to her best to keep Onran alive.
Yeah, NICC is going to try and make their way into this doorway. I think this doorway's been a really strong...
Mauga is going to charge in. I think it's likely he's going to use cage fight here.
I don't think he's going to use cage fight here. I think the anti-heal stopped him from doing it. That anti-heal is pretty strong, and I don't think it was absolutely the right choice not to force cage.
Looks like
a Lowy ult and a Firebird ult.
Looks like that results in Cassidy and Moira, but it looks like Mauga is going to try and hold the point as much as he can, but it looks like Sigma is going to be the one more powerful in this situation. Looks like Onran's going to go after Mercy and succeed. And then
it looks like Wario's gonna try and regroup with everyone. NICC is kind of struggling to get into this doorway here, with only 87% on comments, and it's only picking up here. So NICC really has to force their way in this door. Comments are already ready too.
Mauga's gonna try his best to charge in for his team.
Mauga has cage. Yes.
Yep.
Mauga does use cage, and immediately the cage punishes. And the Sigma here is pretty big too, because the Sigma is just not going to be able to take advantage of being stuck in a cage like a Mauga will.
This leads NICC to have some breathing room to recuperate, take a breath. What they're going to do, it looks like Comet is going to come all charged together and look like they're going to come back and try and take the point. It could be a big push for them as they are closer to, as they are 99% away. They are 1% away from trying to get the point.
Just not going to take advantage of the same space the Comets are. I think that front door is a very dangerous position to be in. And right now, Junker Queen is like a very dangerous pick for Mauga here. It looks like the Mauga is just going to go for a support here. The Illari is just not concerned at all. Kansu does get picked off here. NICC is going to take the first objective.
Great match for both of them.
Yeah, yep. Both sides did really well there.
That was a really good push from both teams.
Comet held.
Especially with how Comet's managed to get to 99% on the first match.
I think it's important to note where the hold was happening. NICC had a struggle to hold that second point, and Comets, even though they lost the point, they did a good job of holding a frontal position and made it harder for NICC to push in.
You could see how NICC had to push back and regroup with each other in order to try and push through, but it managed to work in the end because they managed to take the first round.
It took 3 team fights to get there, so very yeah, just transition out just for a second. Alright. Alright, you're good. Sure. Alright. Yeah. NICC is gonna step on the point, trying to force point.
Yep. Looks like Maga's gonna rush back and try and help out his teammates, and that's gonna result in him managing to get the kill on ramp.
NICC gets picked apart though without the Mauga holding front line. I think the D.Va is doing. Move the mic. Push back. Yeah, so NICC is going to try and force its way back onto the point here, with it all regrouped and trying to force this front door. I think NICC has a better chance using the front door here. The D.Va really wants to take advantage of this flank. And the Mauga might just take the Alari beacon? Yes, absolutely.
Tough battle. Mauga's going to charge right in, but it is going to result in him D.Va losing the fight.
Try that. Yeah, NICC is gonna try and regroup now. Wario is gonna have to back up here to regroup.
Looks like Maga's gonna rush right in, trying to take out everyone else, and it looks like Onrand is trying her best from the back line to try and support Amaga. They're gonna pay off.
I think absolutely. I think this Mauga here is going to try and use this frontal door. It just makes more sense, but this D.Va is doing a really good job of eating Mauga.
D.Va does not want to let go of the point, especially with her supports behind her. So it looks like Mauga's going to try a new angle, and tough battle right here. It sounds like Moira has activated Coalescence.
Yeah, NICC is going to full commit to this team fight and see if they can get in. They need to get in here. D.Va mech bomb goes out, and Objection just takes it. As ShadowStep's doing a really good job of holding these people.
Maga has cage fight ready, but D.Va's gonna end up taking the kill, and it looks like Wario is going to take an advantage on the team.
And we're gonna see Mercy get stuck behind once again. Alive for the team. Tootly is going to be on the objective with DatWaffle. It looks like they're gonna try and take advantage of the lack of people on the point here from Comet.
And especially with D.Va being out of her ult, out of her mech, sorry. Yep. And manages to get away, giving herself enough time to heal Moira. And with that, NICC takes control of the point, leaving Comets again at 99%.
Yes, absolutely. I think the Comets are just one team fight away from taking this point back, though. So I think NICC needs to not get complacent. I think this D.Va's gonna try and swish it up here, and we did see a Reaper ban and not a Vendetta ban, which. Pretty
interesting, because Wario is incredibly skilled as Vendetta. I'm excited to see what he brings to the map. It looks like Vendetta is going to go after try and go after the D.Va.
Oh, that was a really nasty B-hop there. Mr.Wario pulling out some real tech.
He knows how important it is to keep their team on the point. He's gonna stay behind a little bit and then possibly wait for the Might Roma to strike D.Va, or
Yep. Just trying to shut down this D.Va mech here. I think the D.Va mech has been the biggest problem for Objection's damage output. And it manages to pick up Wario, and Objection gets taken off next. The Waffle gets down, and Tootly goes down, and it looks like
NICC gonna try her best to fight back. Looks like Coalescence is gonna be active, but it looks like it's not going to do much. And Comets is gonna take control back. Looks like even with overtime, win the match, and that is a tie for both teams.
Yep. We got one more game after this now.
Excellent play by Comet on this round, especially with the D.Va.
Yeah, the D.Va was really good at negating the Mauga's value. That's one of the bigger problems of trying to deal with Mauga is bottomless well of value. And the healing that he provides himself is incredible, especially with the Ignite also. The damage really does just stack up the longer you shoot someone with Malga.
So it's most important that the team stick together when trying to fight against the tank, excuse me. Looks like ShadowStep is going to switch over to Mizuki, which is going to be an interesting pick.
I'm practicing Mizuki, so I'm looking forward to this. Moira and Mizuki, I'm not entirely convinced by, but I'm sure there's a good reason for. And looks like the Queen Bee is gonna be running in a running Vendetta now.
That's quite a lot of damage immediately on the mech. It looks like
Wario wasn't playing Vendetta this time, but
the Metra this time. Oh. Looks like Malga's caught himself in a tight situation. He's gonna rush away as much as he can and try and fight back in the back lines.
Malga doesn't want to feed ult charge right now, so I think he's just trying to get back on his team with lower health so that the healers can get their ult charge. Now that he knows his healers are here, it's good to take advantage of the fact that he was still damaged and not just step in the spawn room. This map does provide a very safe spawn area.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very difficult to kill someone who's actively trying to avoid death.
Especially with the amount of ways people can just die behind walls in this match.
And we get to see Objection do something rather interesting here. When he activated Shout, the D.Va immediately, even though he was reloading, put Defense Matrix on top of him. Because it looks like the D.Va's gonna try and deny as much value as possible, and he did last quite a bit longer, just focusing on the reload while the Shout was active.
It looks like D.Va's gonna go after Cassidy, is gonna win, but that does result in the loss of her mech. But it does look like she manages to take out the Moira in the end.
Wario gonna swap it over to Bastion. You know, D.Va's really good into NICC's team comp right now, and it appears that they're only gonna go further in that direction. The D.Va is going to have a rough time trying to focus on one person though, which is the primary value, I guess. But they can't be in front of one another if that's what they're going for, and it looks like Wario immediately gonna suss out what they're trying to pull, as NICC does get cleaned out of this area? Yes. Hansu on a roll right now.
That is, especially with their ult available.
DatWaffle was 86% of the way to all, maybe considering swapping.
That could be a good choice. Moira is also 4% away from her ult. As well, Objection's almost 90. Objection is 10% away from his ult. It's interesting how to say they're going to play this.
Yeah, ult economy is heavily in Comet's favor, which is something that I think they're just going to take care of. Oh my god, and they managed to get ShadowStep, which is honestly rather surprising. Objection popping wall, but no one is there. Just absolutely nobody is there to take value. As we see Mr.Wario try and get onto the point.
Looks like it's not going to do much, unfortunately. It looks like...
And it looks like ShadowStep doesn't have anyone to jump.
A match one for Comet.
Yeah.
Great plays on both sides. I'm excited to see who the play of the game will be.
Absolutely.
Looks like it's going to be Cassidy.
Yeah. Honestly, the Cassidy gameplay was really good, really on point there. Making sure to deal as much damage as possible, and that is like a wild flourish from the new skin.
As well as making moves by staying behind to make sure he avoids as much damage as possible.
And now we're going to cut to a short break and we'll get to the next game. Hello everybody, welcome back to King's Row once again.
Currently, our banned map is Pricio, and NICC is Comets have decided to ban Bastion. An interesting pick considering historically, Bastion does great on this map.
Absolutely. You know what? I kind of expected this. This map is pretty... Reinhardt is really good on this map. NICC is going to be defending first, and the ban on Bastion and not Reaper here is really important because the longer sightlines mean Bastion would be stronger in this kind of scenario.
And like you said, how Reinhardt takes advantage of this map, you can see that Comet is going to take advantage of that fact by having their take play Reinhardt.
Cover on this map to take advantage of, and Reinhardt benefits greatly from it, which I think is kind of funny because he's a shield guy. Objection once again running in with Mauga, which I think is perfectly fine on this map. I guess Mauga isn't really affected by map choice.
He really isn't. He's just that. Oh, looks like they're actually going to switch to
Hog.
Roadhog.
Hog is absolutely fair here. We saw Objection try and do it last game, but I think they're going to try and show us up here. And immediately it's in.
Trying to
Objection
hook
is
the
just in.
Mauga.
Mauga is low, and the automatic tank instincts kick in. Wario is already dead. Lost the 1v1 tonight. Objection is going to have to run out, and is just going to get grabbed. There's a Widowmaker
That was
is
a
running.
risky move right there.
Yeah, absolutely. This Widowmaker has people running for the hills. Oh,
And unfortunately, Reaper got trapped. Looks like Wario's going to switch to Widowmaker, which, again, considering...
Wario's going to
switch, sorry.
Wario, no, you're good. The Wario's going to swap the Widowmaker. Honestly, now I think there's going to be a little bit of an ego match going on between these two. And it looks like Wario is going to try their best to take advantage.
Right. This map is really good for Widowmaker, especially because with the high vantage points everywhere, allowing her to snipe out her team. It looks like Objection's going to try and hook the other Hog. It is unfortunately going to go bad for him.
Really bad. He manages to pull the Hog into his team, which gets him killed. And the Hog has its own hook left, which means now he can go in and grab another. The Waffle is kind of left without a team there. And the Widowmaker is kind of forced into the reverse. Oh my god.
Look at that. Roadhog
He's taking what he wants.
He is wasting no time.
Roadhog goes where Roadhog pleases. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
The Wandering Hog. Dear god.
It doesn't help that look how close he is to his ult.
He's holding high ground here, and I think that's really important because Wario's just not going to be able to do anything about it. Like, Hog just has so much self-sustain.
And if Wario tries to get to the top, it's going to leave Widowmaker in a difficult spot.
And that gives Ant almost entire, like, supremacy over this middle area. Yeah, absolutely. He gets to see everything, and he gets a sightline on Wario that Wario can't use back. Now, Ant's going to move up more aggressively here because, you know, Wario's just not able to land in a good spot. Going to try and take the back route. Very important. And it looks like NICC is just going to get forced off by the Hog before the Widow does anything. Objection is just going to get run down as his own character.
And NICC is also at risk considering that Roadhog on Comet side has his ult ready.
I think the hook right now with all these open holes around, very dangerous. Oh, it looks like they're trying to get the Hog on high ground.
This Roadhog is wasting no time.
Absolutely, that
was an impressive play earlier. I'm a little intimidated, and I'm not even playing the game right now.
It's also important to note that this Juno is really helping this Hog's mobility, and almost every interaction between the two of them.
Oh, it's a battle of the Hogs.
Oh my god.
Objection almost got knocked off the map. Did you see
Objection,
that?
no!
Oh no! Objection off the map!
And it looks like oh my god.
And Mercy!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
NICC forced back into the spawn room. The Waffle's gonna go for something here, and is gonna.
This Roadhog is violent. Are you seeing
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Especially risky if he activates his ult.
Oh, return the Cinder!
He got Look at that Objection play! Oh my god, he just gave a great advantage to NICC.
Oh my god.
He's gonna maybe try and hook. He also has his ult ready if he decides to use it. Looks...
The Waffle is stuck in a reload situation.
No!
With the ice wall! No!
He got blocked!
And the Roadhog is back! And this is danger!
This isn't gonna go well!
Oh!
No.
Alright, Wario's gotta win this now, right? Oh!
Can you pull it through?
Looks like Widowmaker is taking up on the high ground here. Wario's gotta make his way out. Almost gets his head taken off. He knows where the enemy Widow is at, but isn't able to set up in time.
It's a risky move to try and pull this off.
And it looks like NICC has to touch. No matter what ends up happening here.
There's no other way they can win this if they don't.
Hansu is forced to use Take a Breather here, which is a very important note.
It does look like Reaper does get caught by May's ult. excuse me. It does look like Comet is gonna take that win. What an impressive play from Kansu. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. I think Kansu's hook gameplay is on point. I think Objection's gonna have to switch it up. There was no walls there to stop Kansu from taking what he wanted. Honestly, Objection was on hog that entire time, and I know it's a comfort pick, but I think there needs to be a wall on this hog.
What do you think is more like? What do you think is more likely to go better against a Roadhog?
Shield tanks are usually my first pick, but also Orisa can play into the hog until final point where there's holes. It's just very important to note that Objection has been really aggressive. Yes, immediately we're gonna see it. An Objection might think to just head straight in, which is what the hog wants.
Right, that's the thing. Especially with tanks in general, if you rush in without your teammates, that leaves you so vulnerable. And without your teammates, you're less likely to survive, especially if you don't have any healers. And especially, like you said, that's what the Roadhog wants. He wants his tank to be vulnerable so he can take out the rest of the team. It's more important than ever that Objection stays with his healers.
Absolutely. I think it's also important to note there are no snipers right now. Well, I guess you can consider Sojourn a sniper, but both sides are opting out of the sniper gameplay. And it looks like Wario's immediately gonna try and use the back there.
See how it plays off.
And it looks like Wario's just gonna have to step out in the open and take that risk. I guess Alari does kind of count as a sniper character. The fall off is there though.
I would say she's one. If someone wants to play as Lari as sniper, it would probably be pretty difficult.
Missing the first hook of the round, Kansu is kind of holding here. And it looks like Mauga's gonna use this front door opportunity to take advantage of the whole thing.
I think he's gonna try and go after the Mei. Is that?
He's gonna use a side room, which the side room is very strong, but very
Roadhog
dangerous.
is not having any
and
of that.
He is
in.
All right, and Objection is taken down. Does
He's as violent as he was. That is an These are impressive plays from Roadhog. He's gonna miss the hook. It looks like on Wario, but Sojourn's gonna try and block him off.
This Roadhog is a terrifying threat for NICC. And NICC is just not opting out of using walls entirely. We have not seen a single wall this entire time.
The Roadhog is going to try and hook Maga, but it looks like he's going to be able to get away in time.
Yep.
19 kills on the Roadhog. That is impressive. Oh.
This Mei has been doing hard work here too.
Right.
Oh, and he is in. He is going in. That didn't work out last time.
He rushes in, but that is going to again leave him vulnerable to attacks from the Roadhog.
I really think that Mauga is like not taking full advantage of the situation. That charge is just not working for him. Every time he's used that charge, I think he's died. The Mei really wants to isolate him, and him putting himself away from his team is just not what he needs.
Especially with how good Mei is at isolating the other team and protecting hers. She is making sure that her team stays alive.
Absolutely. I think this Mei almost, it's probably nearing the point of damage mitigation that their tank is. Our tank is.
2800 damage mitigated for the Mei. That's impressive. It does look like Maga has his cage fight ready, but unfortunately, Kansu again is going to take that kill. This Roadhog is so impressive.
Yeah, so the Roadhog's really good, but it's what NICC does to try and stop the Roadhog after.
Looks like he's gonna miss that hook.
Is good. We know the Roadhog is good at this point, so let's see if NICC tries to fight that, or if they just Roadhog.
Try and go after whatever they can. It looks like Zen is going to try and give his team a little bit of a push. And the cage hog, it does look like...
Not able to teleport in time, was going to set up for a good death loss on here. But they take the cage and take advantage of the whole situation, almost picking up the hog. And Objection to walk up too late. Yep, just not in time. He's going to take another charge.
It is going to miss.
But the Mei is not going to be able to...
Is it going to leave him vulnerable to attacks again?
The Mei is not here to isolate him this time.
And it looks like Maga gets the kill on Roadhog. Is he gonna be able to take the? Are they gonna be able to take the point in time?
I think there's another team fight. If Comets have shown us anything, it's that they know how to refight and play into it. NICC's kind of stuck on the point here. This Mei is just here to contest now.
Mauga's gonna
Unfortunately,
that wall is gonna be the death of, not the death, but the wall is gonna be a big hindrance and it makes rushing forward. And it does look like NICC is going to get the objective and is on their ways to escorting the payload. That is pretty impressive. Aggressive the Comets have been playing.
I don't think the Comets have been playing all too aggressive, actually.
I mean, the Roadhog maybe.
Objection's playing into Roadhog.
That is true.
He's actually playing rather defensively, to take note. We've seen a Roadhog take cover on several occasions. It's Objection that's usually starting the interactions that, he's
true.
not doing.
Objection is usually the one rushing in.
Yeah.
So it does look like Roadhog is going to come in and... Oh!
I don't know what's going on here. I guess he's going to try and force him out of the side room, which is a really good thing to do. Valari turret, and the May's going to use the Ice Wall, but just not set it up properly. The break is here to prevent the Mauga, or yeah, prevent Mauga from stepping in. Oh my god, that was a kidnapping! Oh dear god!
They've got ours.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Objection
again,
accepting his fate.
Rushing in and unfortunately losing the fight. Looks like Wario is gonna retreat.
He swapped the Vendetta. I think note of the Roadhog.
Do you think it might be a little too late though for them to start taking notice of the Roadhog?
No.
Okay.
If they can stall enough time and take advantage of the whole situation, I think he needs to drive. I don't think Mauga here playing into the Hog is the right. Yeah. Immediately why we get to see why. And immediately the Mauga sees a pick on his own team and goes in. He has the cage. He's not going to pop it here, and they are going to retreat. But I think he knows about the May. He's going to use the cage more as a hindrance tool. Force the Hog to use whole Hog, and he's going to get stuck at point blank range.
Unfortunately. Looks like Wario is again trying to fight is going to try and fight back.
Wario got picked off first. He's going to try and regroup now.
Regroup, I should say that.
And now they get to play more aggressively into NICC because NICC just has so little space. The Mauga is so far away. This is Mercy. Good props to the Mercy, but
ShadowStep is showing great skill in being able to keep her teammates alive. Unfortunately, with Mauga rushing in every chance he gets, it doesn't give Mercy much of a chance to heal him.
It's important to note here that the May is actually making up for the wall that Hog is unable to make, which I think is really playing into the strategy for the opposing team, because NICC is just not able to shred May walls in time. I mean, May walls are pretty strong and everything, but like, a physical barrier plus the ability to block heals is really good against NICC's team, because NICC can't step in without the Hog being on them. Just in case in point, the Hog immediately has access to Wario.
It does look like Wario's going to try and take an advantage of height. Is it going to pay off? Nope.
Wario once again getting picked off, but the Death Blossom!
Oh,
4K,
Death
4K!
Blossom!
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness, what a push by DatWaffle!
Hog getting run down. There's nothing he can do, and Hog does actually have something he can do. He can one-shot the Reaper.
Oh my goodness, what a push from NICC, but is it going to be enough to push to escort the payload?
They need to get this whole point within this one push. NICC needs to be able to regroup on the move.
And they need to take advantage of that overtime.
NICC not taking space. Tootally is the only one trying to take space, and only really take it. And we just get to see the cleanup from the ult charge here. Wario's gonna try something here, and he gets picked off. Ant manages to grab him. And now we get to see the May ult that's gonna zone out NICC from the point. The Reaper is gonna TP on point.
At a time, but the him, and unfortunately that leads to his demise.
NICC stuck off a point.
And it looks like Comets once again wins the match. That play of the game has to go to Roadhog.
That was a Reaper. There's a Reaper 4K.
That is true. We can't be too quick to judge. Oh.
No, it is gonna go to the Roadhog though.
I'm not surprised. There were some excellent plays done by him.
There was practically nothing stopping this Roadhog from
especially with
rolling.
that push off of pushing objectives off the map, going after that Mercy.
Yeah, this play was pretty strong.
It was a miracle.
And we're gonna cut to the next game. See you there. Hello everybody, welcome back to the matchups.
We're currently on Route 66, and NICC has decided to ban Alari, and Comet have decided to ban Maga. Which is interesting. It does look like, instead of going for the rogue route, looks like Objection is going to try and take up on Reinhardt. What do you think of that play?
I think it makes sense. I think the shield is kind of useful here, although it's more difficult to play around cover here than in King's Row, where you can get full value out of a Reinhardt. There are enough corners where the Reinhardt can play around it, as long as he's not stuck shield bombing. I don't think that there's going to be enough health on the shield. Yeah, this is exactly what I was worried about. Ansu is automatically on Diva, and that means that this Bastion is going to have a very difficult play.
And it does look like they're going to play a Jetpack Cat, which anyone who's played against a Jetpack Cat can know she can be frustrating to play against.
We immediately get to see why this Diva pick on this map is really good. I think Diva has one of the strongest picks on this map too, because of just the ability. If you manage to get on the diner like what we're seeing here, they're free pickings.
Right.
NICC.
You're basically unstoppable.
Yep. They took a
and we
defensive
can see
position.
that with how this is going so far.
Yes. So the thing about the top of diner here for Diva is that Reinhardt has a hard time playing off of top of diner. There isn't any really good cover for the rest of his team and him to get his shield charge back. And with Jetpack Cat and Diva, it's really hard to hold that defensive position
especially
and
if
stop the card.
Especially if Jetpack Cat can pick up Diva and just fling her around the map.
I don't even think that that's required.
Oh no, I'm
yeah.
just saying. That's one of the most frustrating aspects of Jetpack Cat.
There's also several pits on this map, and that's really important. They're gonna try and take advantage of Objection's like inability to move here. I think Jetpack Cat is really smart into Reinhardt.
It does look like Diva is stuck with the Frigate, and it does look like it is gonna succeed.
It's just gonna be a trade.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was a neutral trade, and NICC is going to take the point back. That was a really good push.
A really good first start for both teams.
And it looks like NICC is going to have that around the rocks. Oh, but NICC learned from last match. They aren't just going to let the DPS sit there.
Oh no. Right, letting the DPS sit there is... I don't even know why you would do that. It does look like Diva's going to take advantage of the high ground.
That defense matrix is coming out quite often, and I think NICC picked up on it because defense matrix, she's just out of mech. She's demeched on the roof of diner. Or no, she isn't demeched. My bad.
And it does look like Bastion's ult. But Wario plays that.
Oh my god. Yep.
That was a good play from Diva, taking out the Emery before he can do any real damage with his ult.
This makes absolute sense here. Wario is in. Diva is going to show why Bastion is countered by Diva. It's eating two of those, and Diva bomb is out.
Yep.
And
it's out. Is it gonna?
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wario going down. DatWaffle and
Looks like DatWaffle and ShadowStep are left.
Yep, and it looks like this Diva is out for blood, and DatWaffle is just not gonna be able to do anything.
That Diva has no chill. We saw how Kantu played with Roadhog. I'm not surprised Diva is just as aggressive.
It looks like there was an assassination attempt on ShadowStep while we were talking here. I think that's a very good play for Ghost Dragon. We knew that NICC knew that there'd be a hacker on this map.
Oh yeah.
And I think NICC is gonna try and play around that, and they are just gonna guarantee one kill for sure.
Would you say that Sombra is particularly strong on this map?
I'd say it depends on how they're playing.
I was going to say it does feel like it depends on how good the Sombra player is.
Yeah, this map I feel like Sombra has a very neutral outcome. For attacking and defending, Sombra have really good advantages.
Looks like the ult economy is in Comet's favor. It's interesting to note that NICC has managed to get the timer down below 60 seconds. If they can just keep pushing against the Comets, they should be able to score the win here.
NICC is aware of the Jetpack Cat ult, and I think they're really scared of it right now, and I think that's why they're playing so far back.
Yep.
And we hear the ult, and oh my god.
Almost 3 ults. Was it 3 ults at once or 2 ults at once? That was intense. It does look like looks like that push wasn't enough. It does look like Comet is going to get the first point and score a point for their team.
Setting the timer to 2 minutes here, and they got front spawn here, which is a very important priority spawn.
The odds are not in NICC's favor, I would say, right now.
I'd say NICC has the ability to come back. I think
They
the
could.
Diva...
They would have to really work together, though, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And a team-based hero shooter game, that's always the case.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Valves, but... it is important to note that Objection isn't playing for space. I've noticed this throughout all 3 of the games so far. Objection is not taking the necessary space.
They don't. It often seems that they tend to rush in with without any thought. And sometimes that can play off, but every time we see Objection rush off, it does lead in their death.
Yeah, so we get to see this happen. It happens on
Looks like
repeat.
Diva ult is ready. Would you say that ult
Yes,
Tommy
it's
is more in NICC or Comet's favor right now?
I think it's in NICC's favor, but Comet's ults are very important. Both of them are team wipe potential ults.
Especially Diva. It does look like the majority of NICC does get taken out. I think that Diva's going to hold on to that ult for a minute.
Queen B might consider popping ult to get like closer spawns off, and Objection is in right now. Like there is not a middle ground here.
Still looks like Diva's out for blood. Now it does look like she's retreating a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, she doesn't want to let her team get dived. And it looks like Objection is just gonna hold the door and show exactly why Shield Bot Reinhardt doesn't work anymore. And he's gonna be in. He is on point right now. He is no supports.
Looks and that Diva bomb. He manages to escape the Diva bomb. Looks like all of NICC escaped the Diva bomb.
Yeah, you know, if
impressive.
If the opposing team shot the Reinhardt shield 3 more times, it would have been it. That would have been it. And it looks like Mercy is gonna use res on
DatWaffle. Yep.
It looks like they're gonna retreat. I don't
Once
know
again,
that the
NICC
revive
manages to hold
used.
the point a little bit more. They're pushing back the payload.
Yeah, that Mercy revive right at the end there. I think Mercy reviving is cool and everything, but they won the team fight.
Right. I don't think without that they would have.
Cass came back after the Diva went back to their spawn.
That is true. Looks like Kamen is gonna try. Who's that on top is taking advantage of the point? Is that?
Diva is taking advantage of the point right now.
I meant up height. That's what I meant to say.
height?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Jetpack Cat.
Jetpack Cat and Diva were on top of the building.
Thank you.
And yeah, Diva is playing on high ground. This entire match, the Diva's been playing on high ground, and NICC has done nothing to stop them.
This Diva is bloodthirsty, and it doesn't. They're going to get the second point, giving themselves another minute and 30 seconds of time.
Yeah, NICC is NICC is just not able to force out any ults right now. Well, I guess the Queen Bee did pop ult, but I don't think that was forced.
It does look like Cat is ready, so he chooses to use it.
Mm-hmm.
But Diva Bomb is ready, and with everyone, all of NICC grouped up together at once, it could be a great advantage for Comets.
It's important to note that the Diva Bomb can be used into a castle.
Mm-hmm.
It does not put the Diva at risk to hide around a corner and just let the bomb fly like this. Alright, so the bomb is in, and the EMP is in, but only Objection is getting taken out here.
It does look like, oh, Cassidy does have his already, he's just about taken out. Almost everyone on NICC was taken out. That was a great play.
Wario's just not going to be able to do anything about the Diva at full charge.
It looks like even though Reinhardt's going to try his best to get out, it does look like Comet. Oh, shouldn't speak too soon. There is a chance for them to win, or at least push back a little bit.
We get to see anti-cage here too. We're just seeing them all go on. Yep, Castle gets eaten by Diva. Objection's not able to take full advantage of the situation. ShadowStep's gonna try and get back to her team. Revive is not on cooldown right now.
It does look like...
It looks like we're gonna pop the revive and spawn, but Valkyrie is here.
Call, but
NICC is not able to retouch.
Comet managed to get all points, managed to get all escort points. That was an impressive play from everyone, really.
ShadowStep taking out their rage on the Jetpack Cat right at the end there.
I'm not surprised. Jetpack Cat can be pretty frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the most frustrating aspect of Jetpack Cat is that it feels like, now this could just be my opinion, but it feels like there's no point in learning how to move around the map when Jetpack Cat can just fly around, when Jetpack Cat can just stay in the air for as much as they want. Like, it feels like other aerial characters have a limited amount of flight that they can use.
Well, it's true that other aerial characters have a limited amount of flight. It's important to also know that Jetpack Cat is newer, right?
That is true.
And as we play the game, people will get better at shooting the cat down, and so the cats will also have to learn how to use space in the upper parts of the map, right? The less taken care of parts of the map. NICC swapping back to... Oh no, they're going right back to Reinhardt. I think Reinhardt was really good aggressively, but he just wasn't taking space there, and I think
looks like he was shield botting a little bit too, which
I think that's fine. I think he wasn't trying. I think he's trying to stop his team from dying.
He is just trying to help his team, and that's what's important. It does look like DatWaffle has switched to...
I didn't ever realize this about the cardboard skin,
oh,
but
he
has a cooling fan. Alright, I never realized that. That's great.
It does look like DatWaffle has switched to Pharah. which might give him a bit of an advantage with the aerial, with taking advantage of height.
Ghost Dragon is here too. It's important to know that Ghost Dragon was playing Ashe last season too. And this, yep. So NICC is just gonna stay out of the air. They hear the Ashe, or they're gonna mostly stay out of the air. DatWaffle is absolutely gonna take care of high ground here.
Looks like Kansu switched back to Road this match. They were deadly last time.
Yep. But now we get to see why the Reinhardt and the Roadhog matchup is not there. Because you can notice Objection's not using shield unless he sees Hog Hook or needs to. And even though he gets picked off here, he stopped 3 Hog Hooks, which is very important because...
Right. It shows how it shows why Reinhardt is a good counter against Roadhog, and it doesn't look like they're gonna eliminate Baptiste Immortality Field, which would you say that was a good placement for the Immortality Field?
I think it was fine. I think that it was what they needed, not
That
what
is
they...
true.
It's not the hero they needed. It's not the hero they wanted, it's the hero they needed.
That is true.
Also notably here, Objection swaps off of Reinhardt, which did stop the hook 3 times
Once
from
again,
touching.
it's a Roadhog against Roadhog. Do you think that's going to be a great play?
Honestly, I don't think on attack. I think Kansu has very much shown the fact that he is more than willing to take full advantage of the enemies here. And in this case, NICC isn't really able to quite predict which target he's after.
That is true.
It's important to also note that, yeah, I think that Reinhardt was good here, but I don't think that NICC is able to directly point that out.
Do you think it's more likely that Bastion's gonna pop his ult? I feel like almost all the Comet are grouped together.
No.
Although it might be better to hold off for them now. It does look like Objection's gonna get pushed off the map.
Yep. So I think NICC is going to be trying to pop ults until they need to, or they get into a decent spot. I think they're looking for a pick before they commit to an ult.
Looks like DatWaffle has switched to Emra, and it looks like that is gonna lead his ult, but he has shown considerable promise on playing Emra. I'm excited to see what he does in this map as Emra.
We do get to see this longer range Emra play, which is important to play. Oh my god, that is 2 hogs on the opposing team, and the Wario's ult is gonna go out. Ooh. NICC forced to go up. Toodle managing to pick up the Echo off of the ult too. And it looks like NICC is in, but now we're gonna see, yep,
Immortality
Hog
Field
is
gets out,
really
managing
scary.
to save Kansu's life a little bit.
NICC is just not able to contest with the Roadhog anymore.
I mean, we saw it during the last match too. This was amazing at Roadhog. It's almost a little scary.
I think it's important to now pay attention to what everyone plays around the Hog.
That is
right?
true.
We've seen the Hog, we've talked about the Hog, we know the Hog is good. Let's see how NICC responds.
Yeah, I feel like it's more important to focus on how they counter him.
Yep. So notably Toodle switching to Ana. Ana's really good here. As long as she doesn't get hooked, is always the catch here against Ryan or Roadhog. Getting shredded here, but I think Wario might be able to frontline right now.
This looks like Wario managed to take out both Kansu and Ashe's Bob, so that's a good play on Wario. And it does look like Ana is a little. It does look like Ana is in danger a little
Toodle
bit.
is really far up right now, and there's nobody there to play off of, so I don't know if NICC is going to try and touch point.
Right.
But also, they resetting from comments. They've got more than enough room to reset. This is 2 team fights in, or two team fights left, and Emery ult goes out. The Waffle is going to get a pick. An early pick is going to be huge here.
Especially because it allows NICC to go into overtime, giving them a little bit more time. Looks like.
Yep, NICC going to get forced into this very awkward spot where they're just not going to allow the opponents to regroup. Turn from 2 team fights into 1.5 team fights. Just see if NICC can force them off point, and we get to see Kansu ult.
Matrix.
Hog does go down. Yep. Kansu does get picked off by Wario. It's important to note that
it's gonna buy him a little bit more time, and they managed to get to the point, giving them 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the. It gives them a little bit more time to try and push the payload.
Yeah, NICC is doing an absolutely great job at trying to.
That was an amazing push from them.
Objection has just not been able to build up a proper ult. I think he's been swapping around, trying to stop the other opponent with a swap or counter swap, and it's
Right. And I appreciate him trying his best, but I think it is more important that he builds up an ult rather than just trying. Well, would you say it's more important for him to build up an ult or try and figure out how to counter the other Roadhog?
it's important to do both, right?
That's true. You gotta devote equal time to both, I would say.
Objection is really getting into this hog v hog matchup, I think,
Now,
right now.
it is interesting to note that Ana does have her ult ready. It looks like she's going to nano boost Wario.
Wario's kind of frontlining right now, so it was absolutely the target here. Looks like the hog's just gonna run him down, and the NICC is gonna have to regroup. Everyone was sent back at the same time just about, so this regroup is not gonna take too long, right?
They do have a little bit, they have a little under a minute and 30 seconds left. I'm interested to see how they make use of the time. You think?
I think that is true.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think it's likely that they're going to be able to push the payload back if they group together? Looks like...
Objection is having a rough time right now. I think the opposing hog is taking full advantage of the fact that his team is not where he needs them to be, and this is exactly the kind of thing that he takes advantage of. Nobody contesting a hog ult right on in, and they just come back for Objection later. There's nobody else here to help Objection, and I don't think whole hog.
We can see Mercy try her best to try and give the Roadhog a little boost of help, and unfortunately the efforts are going to be in vain.
And ICC has another team fight. I think Wario's thinking about trying to fight from lower ground, but he's alone right now, and that's
a risky move,
absolutely,
especially when you're Bastion.
Yep, all it takes is 1 or 2 shots. All right, Objection's going. He appears to be trying to make space, and it looks like he's gonna try and reset here.
He does have his ult ready, so I'm excited to see how he plays that.
Oh, that was a good reset.
A little bit, and with the Wuyang support towards Kansu, looks like he's in.
Whole hog is out, but there's no one here to hit quite as much with the whole hog. Oh, he does not manage to pick up anyone, and his whole team is now gone.
Except for Ana, but Ana's a wee bit far back, and it does look like it's going to be an elimination on Kansu's part.
And it looks like that's going to be the last game of the bout.
Yep.
I think Kansu did a really good job there. I think he,
Everyone on every team played amazingly, and they all gave their best.
I think that hog was an absolute nightmare for NICC. That was a good gameplay by Kansu.
Yep.
And I think NICC just needs to take a look at the adaptation, right?
They showed excellent. Both teams did excellent. I think NICC just need a little bit more teamwork.
Well, that's going to be all for tonight. I'm going to thank my co-host.
Thank you for having me on the stream.
Co-host, co-streamer, and we're gonna cut.